We recently placed Invesco Canada's stewardship grade under review, largely on the back of a key investment professional departure. That was Dana Love, who was the lead manager of Trimark Fund, a flagship fund of the firm, and also head of the global equities team. We've taken the opportunity to reassess our thoughts on the firm's stewardship, and we've reinstated the stewardship grade. So Salman, let's talk about what the current grade is and some of the thoughts that went into the assessment.
Yeah, so the overall stewardship grade remains a B. This is where it was in the past. But the largest component of the stewardship grade, which is the corporate culture score, was lowered from a B to a C. Now, when we went through this exercise in November last year, we were cautiously optimistic that the leadership team that was created to replace the CIO role in April 2011 would do a good job of maintaining a corporate culture and guiding the investment professionals, the young analysts, to become good portfolio managers in the future. But with Dana Love's departure, like you mentioned, we're taking more of a wait-and-see approach. We want to see more tangible evidence of this leadership team's capabilities and their decision-making before we go out on a limb and call it a good structure.
Yeah, I think a couple of examples of that tangible evidence that we're looking for include the development and mentorship of young talent at the firm. I think it's an area that they've identified as needing some improvement and an area that they're refocusing on with the introduction of the Director of Research role, specifically playing that role of sort of oversight and mentoring. So I think it's important to see how that plays out, what sort of talent moves up the ranks, and also just the cohesiveness of that leadership team, how they interact, how they deal with various challenges that may arise, and how they resolve these various issues that inevitably do come up and need to be addressed, and now having multiple people making that decision instead of just one individual. So I think these are a couple of things that we'll be keeping a close eye on.
Yeah, that's right. The other two components of the stewardship grade, the manager incentives and fees, were maintained at the grade that they were. So one of the reasons that Invesco stewardship grade remained a B was on the back of very strong manager incentive structure. So all portfolio managers have at least 1 year's salary invested in Invesco Canada's funds, and all of them have some amount invested in their own funds. They do have a component of their bonus that's geared towards performance, but this is skewed towards long-term numbers, such as 3, 4, and 5-year numbers. And we think that this is among the best we've seen in Canada, and it does a very good job of aligning interests of the portfolio manager with those of the unit holders. Another area of strength actually at Invesco is their transparency and communication as well. So this was another factor that we included in our overall assessment. They go well beyond the regulatory requirements in their portfolio disclosures. All the portfolio managers have quarterly portfolio disclosures and quarterly portfolio commentary, and they have monthly disclosures of their top 10 holdings. This is not required by them, but they go above and beyond to provide this information to unit holders by and large. In terms of their fees, though, they are middle of the pack. So they do have some cheaper series, which are the SC series, but by and large, their fees tend to be around the medians.
So to sum up, the corporate culture score has been reduced from a B to a C, but the overall grade for Invesco Canada stewardship remains a B. And a couple of items that we'll be keeping a closer eye on, as mentioned, is the development and mentorship and the focus on that aspect with respect to the analyst team, in addition to the effectiveness of the broader leadership team.